Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Coach Josh. Welcome to the Good Guys Podcast. We're just waiting for Brandon to navigate through the cyber world, man. He's coming in from up north, and we Southerners are just waiting on BD to come in. Hope you guys are doing well, man. Do me a big favor and share this broadcast to as many, podcast, to as many people as possible. We got a very good topic, man. Brandon, where are you, bro? Hey, I'm too bright, man. Lord, the glory is on Coach Josh. Let me turn my light down. There we go. Hope you guys are doing well. Come on in to the podcast, man. I know we're 2 days late. It definitely wasn't my fault. Oh, there he is. I see you, BD. I see you amongst the other viewers, dog. Man, this thing takes a little while. There you go. Hoodie Dixon.
Hoodie B.
Hoodie B.
It's cold down
It's
in
cold.
the basement, bro.
It's cold. Oh, let me turn you down, BD. You so loud.
Turn me down in the headphones, dog.
Dog, don't want you that loud, dog. Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. All right, BD. You ready to push start this time?
Hey, shut up.
Just making sure.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Welcome to another episode of the Good Guys Podcast. My name is Brandon Dixon. I am a happily married man and a humble father of four. And as always, I am joined by none other than the Honorable, the Reverend Joshua Ezzy.
What's good, B? How you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. It's another day. It's another podcast. I'm feeling good about this one this week, and I'm ready to do it. J.E.
Man, let's get right into it, man. Let's get right into it.
You ready to get right into it?
Yeah, born ready. Let's get into it.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. So we're going to start off, as we usually do, with the weekly airing of grievances. Piggybacks off of our discussion last week. We talked a little bit about dating last week. So we talked about is money important, in dating. So I came across a news story this week that has to do with dating. Doesn't have to do with money. Okay. Money does not play a factor in this dating experience. Rather, this dating experience is based, Josh, off of smell.
Smell?
Smell. It's called smell dating.
How do they smell you through the internet?
Let me explain. I'm on the website right now, so I'm gonna.
Okay.
Okay. So this is how it works. All right. We send you a T-shirt. You wear the T-shirt for 3 days and 3 nights without deodorant.
Is this the resurrection?
This is
3 days and 3 nights.
3 days and 3 nights without deodorant. Okay.
Wow.
You return the shirt to us in a prepaid envelope. We send you swatches of T-shirts worn by a selection of other individuals. You smell the samples and tell us who you like. If someone whose smell you likes the smell of you too, we'll facilitate an exchange of contact information. The rest is up to you.
So you don't see the person that smelled your shirt?
You don't see the person whatsoever. All you're doing is they're mailing you a T-shirt. You will wear it for 3 days. You will not wear deodorant. Okay? You'll send it back. They'll send you some T-shirts of some people who also wore T-shirts without wearing deodorant. And then you will choose which musty T-shirt you prefer. And they will coordinate the exchange of information. And that is how you meet the one for you that you've been missing your entire life. Joshua Ezzy, will you be signing up for smelldating.com?
Man, I'm out the game, bro. I don't got time. My jersey in the Raptors, boy. I'm good money, B.
Okay.
I'm not smelling nobody.
Okay.
Smelling somebody 3 days and 3 nights?
Okay, I know you're taken, but hypothetically speaking, if you were still single,
No.
not
No,
even.
you're not setting me up with this, BD. You're not setting me up.
I'm just saying, come on.
No hypotheticals, BD.
I mean, smell is important. You need somebody who, has that certain smell. I think it's like pheromones. It's like a pheromones type thing, which is like I don't even understand the whole science behind pheromones, but it's supposed to be like, you give off a certain natural odor that is supposed to be like naturally attractive, to other people and things like that. I don't know. Like I guess that's what they're going for. But for me, I mean, the whole no deodorant thing is just doesn't seem
So no. So you're not supposed to wear deodorant for 3 days and 3 nights?
right. No deodorant.
How are you supposed to go to work? This must be through Friday through Sunday afternoon.
You could do a Friday through Sunday. Yeah, you could do that.
You that desperate for somebody that you want to go? You mean Match.com failed you? Christian Mingle failed you? Going to the club failed you? Walking to your local grocery failed you?
Maybe if you
That now you're going to smell.com?
smell.com. Maybe if you've tried all of those things, maybe you've been on Match.com. Maybe you've been on Christian
You
Mingle.
tried Jesus, bro.
And maybe you're still single. What if you've tried all those things and you're still single? Maybe.
If I was God and you tried me, you didn't trust me, oh, I'm going to send you somebody, all right.
From smell.com, maybe.
But, bro, you can't see who you smelling.
I don't know, man. Let me read this. This is interesting. So they've got like some question and answers here on the website. All right. So the question is, I'm looking for a serious relationship. Is this service for me? The answer, the olfactory apparatus, I have no idea what that is a non-trivial source of information, and the extent of its impact on our social lives is currently unknown. I don't know what any of that means. However, when it comes to long-term romantic partnership, it may actually be riskier to ignore the powerful signal of scent than to rely on it. Smell researchers even speculate that high contemporary divorce rates may be related to the overuse of deodorants and the underuse of our natural olfactory intelligence.
Man, get out of here. These people still single, or sexuality is they're very confused.
Josh.
You mean to tell me, so I'm more close to a woman if she smells than when she smells good? Is that's the science behind it?
According to this, Josh, the high divorce rates, okay, are due to the overuse
the
of
high
deodorant.
divorce rate is money and sex and infidelity. It ain't got nothing to do with smells. Talk about. I'm drawn away from you because you smell good.
That's basically what they're saying.
Let me process the logic.
Okay.
I'm drawn away from you because you smell good.
You're too reliant on that good smell. The good smell could be, it could be distracting you from the real truth about the person, maybe.
Hey man, we're trying to hide the truth.
We all think.
That's what modern technology has gotten us. That's why if you left us amongst ourselves, bro, we couldn't get nothing done.
Yeah, man.
Have you smelt yourself?
I try not to.
I try, boy. Listen, bro. Listen, I be in that fragrance aisle, bro. I'd be like, man, listen, powder, deodorant, cologne, man. Listen, bro.
Having all the smell goods.
I sweat a lot, bro.
Boy,
I don't got time to be
if you
sitting there for 3 days and 3 nights with myself. Before I get to sit with you, I got to sit with myself for 3 days and 3 nights.
No deodorant.
I'm cheating, bro.
They say that, you can tell a lot about a person by that, that person wearing a shirt for 3 days without wearing deodorant. You could, maybe if the shirt's really sweaty, maybe they work out a lot. That's an admirable trait. That's something that you might want,
Hey man, I'm straight, bro.
If it smells good, like it smells like, they were grilling, maybe look. There's a lot you can tell.
Must and chicken seasoning, bro. Still don't smell right, bro. You could listen. I'm not about to be smelling through shirts to find out if you could cook or not. Well, once you open that bag,
oh God, all kinds of smells. God. What in the world?
All kinds of smell. That I smelt your morning musk,
Right.
your midday musk, bruh.
Combined with a bacon
And
cheeseburger.
bacon cheeseburger, like, bruh, I'm not gonna smell the good through that must.
It's a cornucopia of smells that just entices you and just lets you know.
And it's shipped in a bag by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Man, there's some sick people out here, bro. That you go to smell.com to find love. Jesus coming back, bro. He is coming back, bro. Because what's next?
There's something for everybody. I mean, maybe this is.
What, I gotta mail my feces next?
Whoa.
Is that what next? That's where we going. That's where we going.
That's disgusting.
And that's just as disgusting as someone mailing your shirt that you sat in for 3 days and 3 nights.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Did you?
Why? Wait.
All right, let's.
Who? Wait a minute. Who wears the same shirt for 3 days in a row? Like,
Somebody looking for love, B.
that's problematic in so many ways. I don't. If you wear the same shirt for 3 days in a row, I don't want to date you. Like, if you're willing to wear the same shirt for 3 days in a row, I don't want to date you.
Bro, do you smell your day one first wearing of a shirt? Do you smell that? After you hoop? Bro,
You about to throw it in the washing machine? You like, oh.
Bro, so, boy, people gotta pick me up, bro. I be smelling that like, God, I about lost my life, Lord. That's why I hoop when it comes to my shirt. I take it off, take a couple of jump steps back, shoot it right in that washing machine.
Ooh, Kobe.
Step back, bro. I'm on the second floor. My washer on the second floor. I gotta be careful with my step back, B. I might fall off the. But anyway,
Don't hurt.
That's nasty, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty nasty. So,
hey man, let's keep going, man. That's disgusting, bro. Let's get into our topic.
safe to say we won't be utilizing that service. But if you are looking for love and you feel like you want to know that somebody smells delightful, go to smelldating.com. Smelldating.com. Holler at the Good Guys Podcast. I'll advertise your service for a nominal fee. No shame in my game.
But you're married.
I said advertise. I didn't say use. I said advertise. I just gave them a free shout out. This is free pub that they're getting from the Good Guys Podcast. We have 63 subscribers on YouTube. So,
hey man, let's get it to 100 by this weekend, y'all.
Hey, let's get it to 100 before we start and get into the meat of the podcast. I appreciate everyone who has been watching the podcast and going to Good Guys Podcast on YouTube and subscribing to the podcast. I think we're up to 63 now. We are growing exponentially. I appreciate that. If you're watching the podcast and you're enjoying the podcast, please do the same. Subscribe so that you can be made aware anytime we drop some new content. It could be anytime because I'm not consistent. Josh is. Okay?
I am very consistent. I was here Tuesday. I was excited. And now football season starts today. Or the preseason. And,
All right. Anyway.
Let's get into it, BD.
All right. So what we're going to talk about today, we're still kind of piggybacking off of last week with the dating theme, piggybacking off of smelldating.com. Okay? We're talking about things that are important when it comes to choosing a mate. So this week, we're going to talk about not smell, but we're going to talk about looks. How important are looks when it comes to choosing a significant other?
Okay.
Josh, how do you feel? I'm putting the ball in your court. How important is it?
Extremely.
Okay. I thought maybe you were going to take that.
Listen, what I'm trying to say is, listen.
Keep it real.
What may be ugly to someone else may be beauty to someone else.
Okay.
So this is not casting judgment. This ain't saying, hey, who's ugly, who's not ugly. I just know that I have a type. You have a type. Everyone has a type. Because at the end of the day, you got to be with that person forever. And I'm not saying looks is everything, not even close to everything, BD, but it's a lot of things. But at the same time, you got to love deeper beyond the skin. Let me make this plain. I was being goofy at first. Looks matter, but they don't matter most.
Right.
They shouldn't matter first.
Okay.
Now, looks are going to attract you first. Don't get me wrong. Looks are going to bring you to someone first. But attraction has levels. There's the first glance attraction. There's the look attraction. There's the heart attraction, there's the mind attraction, there's the spiritual attraction, right? All four compartments, I think, are important. You have to be physically attracted to the person because physical attraction goes with sex, right? Physical attraction goes with, this is what I like in a person. I like the way this type of woman, or for ladies, this type of man look. But if you only rest in physical attraction, you're going to miss out on the other three attractions.
Right.
So if you're physically attracted with a person, you got to then begin to process, is this person, am I mentally attracted to him, emotionally attracted to him, and spiritually attracted to him? All of them are important. Some people will say, like our mamas was growing up, well, as long as she loved Jesus. Listen, man, mama, I feel you. I feel you. She loves Jesus, but I gotta love her too.
Okay.
I gotta look at her too. And that's why I'm getting married to the most beautiful woman in the world. But I waited.
Smart man.
Hey, God brought her. I can honestly say that I am attracted to her physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Only God has that package. A lot of people lose off of first glances. They lose because the person looks according to their standard, but don't think. Women, can you go to that man and learn something? Can you pull out of that man something strong mentally, emotionally, and spiritually? What's the point of a handsome man, but the man can't quote John 3:16? What's the point of a man who quote John 3:16 and he's 4'3" and that's just not your type? And it's okay to turn down people that's not your type. But as you mature in life, the woman or man that you want at 18 is going to be different than the man you want at 27, 28, 29, 30.
True. Yeah, so like you said, there's a lot of different types of attractions. You got spiritual, physical, mental, emotional. There's a lot of different types of attractions. I'll say this. I'm gonna say physical is the least important.
Least important. I see what you're saying.
I'm gonna say it's the least important. I'm not gonna say it's not important, but I will say it's the least important. And the reason I say that is because, you can be as good looking as you want to be. I mean, the Bible says it itself, beauty is fleeting. I mean, it's going to fade over time. So you have to have those other layers there to sustain you after the beauty starts to fade away. And I mean, when you have those other attractions, when you have that spiritual connection with that person, when you have, you're attracted to their mind and how they think, and, y'all can have a stimulating conversation, like, even when, as they get older and their beauty does, start to fade or whatever, like, when you have those attractions, they'll still be looking dope to you.
The looks draw you to the relationship, but the internal things keep you in a relationship.
For sure. So, yeah, are looks important? They are. I mean, like you said, everybody has a type, and especially the younger you are, you know what I mean? Like,
man, y'all know what y'all want.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna want somebody who looks nice and things like that. But coming from someone who's been married, like, over time, and I can't even really speak to it because we're still young, but over time, like I said, the beauty and the looks are gonna fade. So those other things are definitely more important. But I can't judge it.
See, the thing about the beautiful thing about growing with a person, looks may fade, but the love won't. You know what I'm saying? Because you not fell in love, you grew in love. Anybody who falls in anything gets hurt. So falling in love is worthless. You got to grow in love. Love is maturity. And when you are in love with God, God will have you look beyond the external faults of a person. He'll have you look beyond whether this person's whatever. Now, come on, man. We all know there's attraction in the looks, right? That's what draws you to a person. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of beautiful people who do ugly things. And there's nothing worse than a beautiful person, attractive person with an ugly attitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. And there's nothing, I mean, how many attractive women have you met throughout your years, BD, that was beautiful on the outside, but just an ugly person? And I'm pretty sure ladies out there in the Good Guys podcast world, I'm sure you met a man who was attractive, the fresh line, could cut your finger if you even get close to it. Okay.
I'm just saying.
listen, listen. I had to let my line go. You know what I'm saying? I had to let it go. It was gold, PD. I used to work that line all the way to back here. And I said, if I got that line back there, time to let it go.
Pushing it back and back and back. Boy, you had to let it go.
I was fighting for that line, but when that line got so back here and this part looked super long, it's time to let it go.
You can't be looking like Stephen A. Smith, you got to let it go.
Nah, man. But what I'm trying to say is, man, it's wait on God. So God knows what you like. You know, and I always tell this story. I used to watch Jamie Foxx all the time when I was a kid, growing up in middle school, high school. And I was like, why do I like fancy so much?
Back in the 90s. Yeah, let me stop.
I was like, why do I like fancy so much? I was like, man, I said, you know what? I want a girl who looks like fancy.
Okay.
And throughout the years, women came and went. Nobody looked like fancy. Mm-hmm. But the woman I have now resembles fancy, but looks better than fancy.
Okay.
And it's crazy what you're drawn to, that you get confused throughout life. But it's almost like God already knows who he has for you, and he sets clues in your life on what he's going to latch you onto later. Mm-hmm. And when you wait on God, beautiful things happen. And that's why I'm telling people, like, you may think you know what you want right now. You may be so consumed with looks, and Instagram is the worst. People have mastered positions on Instagram. They've mastered how to, you think she thick. Bruh. She just got her hips on the counter just right.
Exactly.
You think she looks like, that's why I tell men, never compare your woman's worst day to another woman's best day. What happens is men go to work, husbands go to work, and everybody at work with attractive women, they always gonna look their best because they at work.
Right.
Then when you go home and see your wife, and your wife is going through different phases, you begin to compare her worst day to another woman's best day. You leave your woman because she's on having worse days to be with this woman with a best day. You in the bed with her and she have her worst day, and you confused.
Yeah, it is the same thing.
It's the same cycle.
I messed up.
It's the same cycle. You messed up, and now you miss your wife, and you like, man, they all like this?
Listen, man. Everybody is.
Everybody has an ugly side.
I don't care how bad he or she is. Okay.
They have an ugly side.
Look, I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. When you get married, okay, you wake up to them first thing in the morning, and they reach over and they say, "I love you," and you smell that first breath of the morning. It's gonna be real. Okay. When they, she still got on, you know what I'm saying? The mushroom cap, whatever girls wear. I don't know what it's called. That's what I call it.
BD, be careful, BD.
Oh, my wife already know.
90% of our viewers are ladies, though.
It's not wrong with it. I already know what it is. I know what time it is. I mean, it is what it is. It comes with the territory. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. You're gonna see that person, you know what I mean, at their most vulnerable, time. So, and like you said, yeah, social media, Instagram, it's just the worst, man. Because all you're doing is looking at the best of, with the perfect angles, with the perfect filter. You know what I mean?
And you meet them for the first time, and they 4'11".
Exactly. They're like,
girl, you was tall enough. You was
bonnet. Thank you, Jamaica.
Thank you, Jamaica. What's up, Jamaica? Thank you, Jamaica. Bonnet. Is it bonnet or bonnet?
It's definitely not bonnet. It's definitely not French.
But but BD, it's real, man. People are out here leaving their families for photoshopped, perfect. I mean, how long have people was wearing that? What's that filter they be having? You're like, girl, that ain't you. Stop hiding behind the filters.
Right.
That's why, man, let me tell you something, fellas. Listen to me close, man. You got to allow the Holy Spirit to renew your mind in this area. If you always are consumed about how beautiful a woman is, you're only going to hurt yourself into depths where most men haven't rebound from. If you don't have self-control if you can't use this head, but you lack self-control in the other area, then you're going to always find yourself in and out of relationships, hurting women after women, only to try to fill yourself up. That's why you got to say, you know what? Realistically, your woman's going to have some bad days. And bruh, you ugly too. I've already realized that. I was like, yo, I ain't the best out there. And that's cool.
The ability to self-assess.
You got to self-assess and be like, who am I to judge a woman? And ladies, on the third date, don't wear no makeup. Put on your bonnet.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see where y'all at.
If he can't handle the bonnet, then he can't get on it. I'm sorry, that was inappropriate.
Whoa, BD. show them the natural, not the superficial. Whoa, BD. BD about to ruin the podcast, bro.
Within the context of marriage.
That is true, man. Because from what men tell me, that sometimes the sex you have with your wife, she got the bonnet on.
A lot of times.
I think after the honeymoon phase, that's what I heard.
You getting that bonnet. You getting that bonnet.
You ain't grabbing no hair. You
can take
that bonnet.
it or leave it.
And she ain't even into it no more. Her fella, she just looking out for you, and she ain't even into it no more. You expect the ecstasy every night of your life for the next 40 years. She's a woman too. BD, man. Yeah, listen, bro, ladies, y'all gotta just be real, man. Just say, hey, no, you do you. But man,
I think it applies more than anything to the fellas, because I think we're more visual, more so. I mean, I'm not saying, of course, ladies, they like what they like as well. But I know as men, definitely very visual. And I think we are, the ones that are more prone to like someone strictly off of their physical appearance. And so
we've been conditioned that way. I mean, that's all we see everywhere. And then we have our beautiful women who are beautiful inside and out. Now society has gave us, this is the next beauty wave. It went, I mean, who was it? It was like the video vixens. Now it's the Kardashians. Now it's like, it's always this new changing imagery of what men find attractive. And then all these women are now dealing with, I mean, think about it. If you were Satan, if you were the enemy, wouldn't you do that? Have men's minds so warped into beauty, which is vain and fleeting, that it builds low self-esteem in women, and it's causing women to feel like they're not beautiful. But that's why I tell every woman, your position as daughter with God is the best position you're going to ever hold. Because when you know you're beautiful to him and you're everything in him, man, and you wait on God for you, that's going to be a man that will travel lands just for you. And fellas, listen, man, it ain't nothing wrong with liking what you like. You just got to make sure you have the right perspectives.
Right perspective. Beauty is
mm-hmm.
like, it's like the difference between a car and a house, right? Beauty
mm-hmm.
is a depreciating asset. It's an, you drive off the lot in that nice fancy car, you feel like the man. But over time, really, as soon as you drive off the lot, the value of it starts to go down.
It drops.
All those other factors, their mind, their spirituality, those things appreciate over time. Those aren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's like a house. The value of a house isn't going anywhere. Normally it goes up over time. So that's really the way to look at it.
That's real, BD. And I think there needs to be empathy in more relationships, more empathy. Because some people get married. I think I said this before. I don't know where I said it, but people get married, and day 3, you got the expectation of that person having 40 years of marriage. They've only been married for 3 days. That woman, you got the pressures of a woman. The woman's like, I only been a wife for 2 weeks, and you treat me like I should be a 40 years worth of wifehood. I think there needs to come a place where people have biblical, sound, common sense perspectives when it comes to saying, hey, you're not ready. And I think most people have false expectations. And then when they get beyond the place of their expectation, they're drastically upset.
Yeah.
So you can't have false expectations going into a relationship. You gotta have biblical expectations. You got to be able to go into a relationship and say, you know what, God, how am I supposed to think as a man now? You got to be a husband before you be one. You got to be a wife before you be one. God makes you into a husband and harboring husband traits and wife traits before you get married. Most people just get married and they trying to wing it. Nah, like go into the Bible and find out, God, how am I supposed to be? How am I supposed to sacrifice for my wife? And ladies, how am I supposed to submit to a husband? The crazy, when women come to me talking about, Coach, man, he slaps me. He does this, Coach. What should I do? I'm like, you choose who you submit to. I don't have no empathy, sympathy for you. You choose who you submit to.
Well, if he's
But
slapping you, you should leave. I'm gonna say that first and foremost.
I know that's what I'm saying. If he's slapping, you gotta go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get that big pot, cook some grits. Get some grits in the pot.
Don't go Medea on him.
You gotta go Medea on him. Get some good grits today where they start them big lumps be boiling over. Then when that man come and sweet, you taunt, now don't taunt him, but you at the stove and he's talking crazy at you and he swings at you, you put that hot grits on that man's face and you go in on him. I mean, this is not licensed advice, but
just leave. Leave.
Just leave. But what I'm trying to say is, man, there's a lot of good women and good men in relationships that's far below their value. You want somebody who's progressive. You want somebody who's progressing and becoming deeper spiritually. And there's a lot of spiritual cats who are emotionally, physically poor. Trust God, because you want someone that can lead you spiritually, be there for you emotionally, think on your level mentally, or inspire you to think high mentally. And that's physically attractive. And the same goes for fellas. You want a woman who can spiritually support you in prayer. Man, you don't want to be with no woman who can't pray for you. The dangerous place is to be in a house with a woman who can't pray for you. Mm-hmm. You come to her and she can't pray you through nothing. He can't pray you through nothing.
Dude, J.E.
Man, it's
real out there.
It's real out there, B.
Real out there, J.E.
B, y'all say prayers for me. It's real out here, B. Listen, I'm out here, B. Hey, I'm doing a podcast in the streets, B.
Prayers going out to you, bro.
Hey, it's probably some old lady, man, who fell down the stairs, dog. And that's it.
All right. But yeah, man. Yeah, looks are important, but they're not the most important.
They're not the most important.
I mean, and especially you never know what life's gonna bring. I mean,
man,
I think a lot of times,
it's real talk, B.
I think a lot of times.
What if she?
Yeah, you get women get pregnant and they carry babies, and look, their bodies don't always go back exactly where they were before. They might have blemishes and marks and stuff that never go away, and you can't, you know what I mean? Like, your wife is giving you kids and things like that. And you're like, oh, I'm still fit. I'm still in shape. Why are you not looking the same? Like, look, man, you got to have some grace and some understanding that, their bodies are different from ours. They go through different things that we have to go through. So if you can't still love your wife after she's blessed you with some kids just because you think her body doesn't look like she did when you married her, then you shouldn't be married.
You shouldn't be married. You're right. You mentally messed up, man. Grace, fellas. Grace is where it's at. Love, man. Love till death do you part. Love until you don't know if she's gonna lose an arm. You don't know if she's gonna get burnt in the face. You don't know if he gonna get his leg amputated. You don't know what's gonna happen. And you gotta be there.
That's what marriage is, and that's what a lot of people don't want to think about that part of it. But that's the vows that you're taking when you talk about marriage. So that's why, again, yes, you want to be attracted to the person, but once you get attracted to them and you're attracted to all those other things, that's got to sustain you, because you don't know what life's going to bring. But those vows that you're taking it doesn't matter. You're still going to love that person. That's what true love is. Love is not the infatuation of seeing that person. Oh, I'm attracted to her. Oh, she looked nice. You know what I'm saying? Love is, after all of that fades away, when you're going through the trials and tribulations of life, making the decision that no matter what, I'm going to love this person. I'm going to pray for this person.
BD.
I'm going to serve this person. When I don't feel like it, when it doesn't feel good, when I don't even think I like her right now, I'm still going to love her. I'm still going to serve her. That's what love is.
That's how you grow, BD. My bad, you was choppy, man. I don't know when you start, but that's growth. It's doing it when you don't feel like it. That's the real test of love. It's doing it when you don't feel like it. It's saying, you know what, as me, the mindset I've taken as a man going into marriage is that I want to be the greatest servant in that home. I just want to serve. Just serve. We'll serve without expectation. Most people get into a relationship and say, well, I wash the dishes. You're supposed to throw it back. Mm-hmm. I wiped the floor. I did this. Men, you can't think like that. Ladies can't think like that either. We got to be able to say, my job is to serve you without expectation. I mean, imagine, and that works every single time. if you serve your wife with no expectation, try to act like you're gonna go to sleep that night. Just go to sleep, babe. Just kiss on the forehead and go to bed, and see what happened later on that night.
That's true.
OGs told me that. They just told me, hey, just serve, man. Don't ask for sex, just receive it. You can ask for sex. I'm just joking. Listen. Anyway, I'm just saying, BD, we gotta do better. If your right eye offended, cut it off. It's better to go to hell. It's better. Well, forget the scripture. I forgot it. But if your eye offends you, whether it's pornography, whether it's poor perception of womanhood and manhood, cut that stuff off of your life. If it's certain TV shows that's screwing the way you see men or women, cut that stuff off. Because a lot of people are busting hell wide open and their relationships have become hellish because they're allowing their eyes to lead them. When you see the way God wants you to see love and see relationships how God wants you to see them, man, you'll see the beauty of that person. It don't matter it don't matter what she goes through or what he goes through physically. You got a stronger spiritual bond with that person because you are in covenant.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much all there is to be said on that topic. Well, there's more that you could say, obviously.
Yeah, man, I could go deeper into that. BD can go deeper in that too. But, you just got to make sure they're spiritually sound. If a person not submitted to God, fellas, if a woman's not submitted to God, she ain't going to submit to you. If that man don't sacrifice for God, he won't sacrifice for you. If that person is not willing to listen to you through your emotional moments, that person's not ready. If that person is not mentally strong enough to encourage you, that person ain't ready. And if that person, listen, yo, let's keep it 100. Do your best to stay the way that person met you. Do your best. In other words, don't let yourself go. Try your best to stay the way that person met you. Don't force your significant other into battles they don't want to fight. You let yourself go and somebody want to let go and let them.
That's true.
You got to make sure you say, you know what? Just because I'm married, okay, we can eat donuts all the time and I am no. Get in that gym.
Right. Now,
that man married the fit version of you.
Yeah.
Or the thick version of you. Some men, some ladies they like their person a little guy with an extra, you know what I'm saying? They like them with a little extra something. That's cool. But listen, don't be over here letting yourself go and that person looking at you like you just gonna gain 30 pounds on me like that.
That's true too. That's a good point to make. Like, you know what I mean? We're not saying looks is the most important thing, but if you are an avid gym goer, like you are a fitness fanatic, and he meets you in the gym and y'all working out together, and then, don't get married and be like, all right, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sit on the couch, I'm gonna eat these ho-hos and these Twinkies, and I'm gonna just let myself go because I got them. That's wrong.
Eat them ho-hos and see what kind of ho-hos come around him. Eat them ho-hos.
You talk about me. Okay.
Go ahead. Listen. I had to let them honey buns go, y'all. I'm not about to marry this beautiful woman and I'm gonna let myself go. I had to get rid of everything that caused my emotional eating. I had to get rid of it all.
Right.
That's not fair for her to fight frustrations. Nobody's supposed to be fighting frustrations that I've caused. And so if I'm over here, I gotta say, you know what? I'm gonna be the sexiest. What's that? Dwayne Wade's wife? What's her name? Gabrielle Union. She says she loves the way Dwayne Wade comes out the shower.
Okay.
So what she's saying is he kept his body right, and it just keeps her sexually attracted. There is a such thing as sexual attraction. You want your wife. You should be so sexy, fellas, that you late for work most days. You want to be so sexy for your man, ladies, that look, soon as you roll out of bed, you can't even get out of the bed. The man brings you back. You just want to make sure that, because the beautiful thing about the body, you can always mold it. You can always get better. You can always become more fit. But you got to say, hey, I'm not gonna force you to love me. I'm gonna make loving me easy. Woo, 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 tweet that. Tweet that. You know that's powerful, BD. Give me some on that beat. Give me love for that beat. I
No,
don't want you to. Nah, BD. I don't want you to have to force yourself to love me. I want loving me to be easy. Woo.
I hear
Woo.
you. Hey.
I had to put my arm on